Played at Texas Tech and Louisiana. Off one leg. Doesn't go.
Confident offensive player, Bird.
Foster will push.
Get in a floater, get in the lane.
Slow it down here. Half-court set, Knipple.
First time they ran the stagger.
Flagg. Three. Bottom.
And that's the part of the game.
Exhaust you with the pressure and the physicality.
Cryer. Step back, Jay. In and out. Rebounded by Foster for the Blue Devils. Flagg turns on the Jets. Takes it in for the chair.
What a read, though, Grant.
Flagg one-on-one with Roberts. Flagg the drive, and Flagg could not bank it in. Malowacz keeps it alive. Somehow it ends up in Flagg's hand. It goes!
Effort. We can't give them gifts. We will win this one based on defense and rebounding.
And you think about what it took for Houston to get here. They beat a 16, an 8, a 4, and a 1. First one seed to do that since UNC in 2017. Slammed down Malowacz.
But a goaltending by Tugler. He sees that his teammates open. Unselfish play and pass.
7 turnovers for Houston, just 2 for Duke. Flagg, spin, fake, lefty, good, and a foul.
His high percentage with that left.
Threes, I think, got them going. Gave them some momentum.
James creating space, but misses off the heel. Tracks down the loose ball, offensive rebound, reload. It's Proctor for Flagg.
Nice pass. The dribble drive.
Turns the corner, pull-up jump. Short. Rebound, put back. Doesn't go for Sharp.
A lot of contact there on that shot by Sharp.
Absolutely.
Flagg with a head of steam.
Look at the strength.
Leans in and puts it off the window. No field goals in the last 7+ minutes for Duke, but they lead by 6. We're going to hit 3 minutes to play.
He can get it going, Proctor.
Proctor off the double, roll, kick, Flagg.
What a find.
Alabama, the 2 seed. Duke, the 1 seed in the East. And away we go. Terry Oglesby, Roger Ayers, Greg Nixon. Our 3 officials on the floor. Clarence Armstrong is the standby ref. Duke has the opening possession. Highly anticipated matchup. Crowd on its feet and buzzing here at Prudential Center. And Cooper Flagg opening. Nate Oates felt like Diabate could be a major factor in tonight's game. He's a key defender off the bench. And there is Flagg running the floor.
Needs to get to that one now.
One of 5 boys. Con Knipple, Nelson late clock. And Flagg springs high to get the rebound. Yeah, that's just the mom side of the family. Is Flagg gets inside, lays it in.
Malowacz, and that time he could not go over for help. So that itself opened it up for young blood with that nice drive to the basket.
Duke just dominating the paint right now. 22 points in the paint for the Blue Devils. Cooper Flagg, 7 points on 3 of 8 shooting. He does have 5 rebounds. He's got a block. 9 seconds separating shot in game. Flagg drives, hangs and scores with a foul. Go. 2 free throws. Duke's lead is 7. And we go under the 8-minute mark. Elite 8. East region winner to San Antonio in the Final Four. Houston or Tennessee await. They'll play tomorrow on CBS. Cooper Flagg with Sears on him. 2 first-team All-Americas going at it. Flagg with 3 to shoot. Flagg up and over Sears. Too tall.
Of who you are and how you need to be as a team.
Knipple hits the deck. Gets it to Proctor. And another Alabama turnover. Alabama just cannot handle the Duke pressure defensively right now. They are long, they are quick. And they have been on top of their defensive game here tonight. You hold an Alabama team at this point to 58 points. You've done something special. Top scoring team in the country is Flagg.
And the strength of his team is to be able to get out in transition and really run. Duke, 2 feet in the paint, kick it out, get open shots like this, and gotta knock them in.
Can't leave Cooper Flagg. Housekeeping because they had it wrong at the scores table. They did not assign a foul on Vasar. That's important in this game. That double foul a moment ago was on James and Del Orso. So those were the two that picked up the double foul. We thank Keith Kimball for coming over here and explaining it.
This is all Caleb Love made you pay for that lack of communication.
Duke by one. Proctor at the controls. Love guards him. Two-man game here with Brown. And Brown to Flagg. Flagg to the basket. Patient, able to score it.
Yep. You can only hide him for so long.
He's trying to check C on James here. Flagg spins to the middle. Flagg knocks it in.
That's interesting.
So it'll be Duke ball here.
Yep.
Malawatch back on the floor with those two fouls. He and Gungba both picking up two fouls. Martinez continues. Now Flagg drives it. Flagg lays it in.
It's real things come with being when you wear the crown, so to speak. And you have all that talent. A lot is going to be expected of you.
Arizona getting to the line now. 1 out of 2 for Love at the line. There's a lot more free throws than Duke.
Yep.
11 of 13 from the line now. 11 points for Arizona. They're down 1. Flagg kind of taken over here in a jump shot. Offense. Love guarded by Knipple. Long three flies. Short. Offensive rebound. No. Secured by Gillis of Duke. Flagg pushing. Looks at the clock. Fires a three. Down it goes. Cooper just gives you an idea of his feel. He's got a 7-footer in Vasar coming at him. He just does a little look to the left. Vasar thinks the lob's coming on the other side of the basket. That's what set him up.
I tell you what, you can't say Caleb Love. He's not trying to keep this team in it. Again, only down 12. 4 possessions. And it's just this end of the court right here, Brian.
Cooper Flagg. Three-pointer's good.
Maneuver into that. Nunn drives in, and the floater doesn't go. The rebound of Proctor. Duke is looking to run. Caleb Foster is in.
Made that a tougher shot, I thought, when he got in the lane.
Dubravicic, the big off the bench for Baylor, now seeing action. Feed it. Flagg against Edgecombe.
He knows he's got the size.
Back in. Edgecombe trying to get in there. Floater good and a foul.
Celestine. That's a three-point play. You got the name right, and he made the goal.
Flagg leans in and scores on the inside. Screen set. Love lets it fly.
Good look, though.
Box out by Gungba. Get into it quickly here. Now Gungba will settle down. Find Flagg. Jump shot. It's smooth.
And nobody got there for this team. Tough to make this team cough it up as well.
It is 20-6 Duke over the last 6 minutes of game action. We're down to a minute to go, first half. James.
And I like the screen and roll action right there with Omier and Roach, and just stay aggressive here. But, you know, obviously you can't exchange baskets.
That's like, don't get too deep. Settle a little bit.
Yeah.
5 points now for the former Duke point guard, Jeremy Roach.
And 2 forwards with a ball screen.
Flagg wants to go one-on-one with Omier, and he does for 2.
And Flagg.
He looks so comfortable this year.
Lipscomb, he left it out there. Proctor steps in front. Proctor to Flagg. Layup goes and one. Along with him and Lipscomb. Line it up. It's off from Hobbs. 20-6 Duke. Flagg with a pep in his step. Work it now for Gillis. James grabs
Nice
transit
cut.
from Tulane. Getting to the rim. It's
Keys can knock down threes.
35% on the season. He's got 6 points. Flagg the catch. Flagg the release.
He's unbelievable with his left hand.
7. Adebayo loses it. Foster ahead for Flagg. Give it up. Proctor back for Flagg, and the lay-in goes.
They were dish. What we said in the first half about this Mount team, they have a spirit about them. I mean, they're getting Having a difficult afternoon, no question about it, but still competing.
Trying to get it inside. James kick. A Flagg jumper is get another bucket from Adebayo.
These kids have a winning attitude.
63-38. Flagg releases from that screen. They doubled initially.
Nobody cut. Foul line was wide open.
Using that size, it's Cooper Flagg. How are you going to guard him? It
could be. So when you think about that, John Shire learned a lot of those lessons himself as a player, culminating here, of course, in the ACC championship in 2010, as well as a national championship.
Knipple back out for Flagg. Trying to get around Powell, and a strong move using that window.
Diminutive point guard for North Carolina. Could go all of 6-1 with an incredibly impressive defensive play. And Flagg trying to drive on Withers. The pull-up will go. How much? Proctor couldn't get to him. Flagg will get the roll to bring Duke back. North Carolina has done a great job in this game of forcing turnovers. 11 Duke turnovers in this game, only 3 North Carolina turnovers. And the Heels have not missed a shot in the second half. Flagg going to work on Withers. It's not what Carolina wants. It gets Duke out in transition, and Flagg flushes it. To go. And for the most part, it has been one shot and out this entire game for North Carolina. 6 offensive rebounds, and 4 of them have been team rebounds. In fact, the ball just went out of bounds, and they kept it. And Flagg just drove it about 40.
Beating Michigan, of course, a top 25 team early this year, and they had Hunter Silas primarily at the point guard position.
Flagg wide open for a triple.
He's back to pretty much half court. Hunter Silas had 0 idea that the shot clock was getting close to the end.
Flagg will drive it, leaning in, takes it, makes the basket. He's down to 2. Balawach half to left, and that one well short. Flagg picks it off to the other side of the iron for 2. And it is him. That's a tough shot. He makes it.
Really is. Johnson aggressive to start this second half.
He has 9 points tonight. 42-35. Wake trying to make a game of it. Flagg slamming on the brakes. Off balance to hit the shot. Got a crossover, nearly lost it. Now the pull up, and he can't hit it. Cooper Flagg, of National Player of the Year candidate, will pull up and fire and drain a 3.
You remember the Wahoo connection with DeAndre Hunter and Ty Jerome, who combined for 57 points last night in that win for the Cavaliers over the Portland Trailblazers in overtime.
Flagg sizes one up, and yes, knocks down.
He's had a really good freshman season for the Demon Deacons. Continues to grow each and every time out. Again, becoming a much better defender.
Getting about 18 minutes a game. Flagg on the attack, and a foul 2.
Just like
big guy comes off the bench. Gillis is open. And one he missed. He hit a couple early. Great hustle here by Gungba. He's made a couple of plays.
But a great play by Isaiah Evans there, not shooting that one, allowing Duke to be able to run offense and run some time off the clock.
6 to shoot. Flagg pulls up and drains it. For the Duke Blue Devil basketball team, and everybody should have someone like this running their basketball program.
And she is the first general manager in college basketball. And
phenomenal. We had a chance to chat with her recently, and impressive. Barely scratches the surface with her.
Yeah, Race is my little sis, of course. Former Nike executive.
Cooper Flagg
for the dunk, and Florida State on the board.
This is exactly how Leonard Hamilton likes his team to play. Make this game a bit of a mess, and you'll have success, but only if you stop Cooper Flagg. James, now you got to find the guy.
Jackson, the pull-up jumper. Tapped around. Bowen couldn't get it to fall. Here's Flagg. Ahead for James.
Sion trying to get it to Cooper. Does. Strong against Nitu. Second field.
Attacking the lane and getting clubbed every time down. And they have their hands all over him.
Working against Maluk. And Jerry Dang trying to reach double figures for the third time. And it spins out in the last 8 games. 6 minutes into the second half, both teams are in 1-1, and Duke by 26. And here goes Flagg. Yes, sir. Evans has got 17 now. And Cooper Flagg with the steal. And here he goes. Lay it up.
My gosh.
Here is Tyrese Proctor. Flagg, Kniffel. Same spot this time. Missed, and it's chased down by Duke and Proctor.
All right, let's not miss the fact that Cooper Flagg recognized Kniffel hit his first shot. Who does he go right back to? Kniffel. That's maturity right there.
18 years old with maybe the highest IQ in the nation among back. Even started. Kniffel fading away, left it short. Offensive rebound to Malawach. Flagg driving. Flagg determined to get to the basket. Has it back, defended by Flagg, and Gungba intercepts the pass. Down the floor with Flagg, a bobble, and then a finish. And it's just a season where Miami's great dreams of bringing experience together with some good young freshmen really were toppled from just a couple of games into the year, leading to the resignation of their head coach, Jim Larinaga.
I think it's also just a reminder, we talk about the reality of college basketball, that it's year to year in so many ways. I mean, you see the banner 2023, that was just 2 years ago. This is the Final Four team. And now,
great combination.
He never would have let me do it either.
Proctor, great bounce pass from Flagg.
Oh, God.
And Flagg follows.
Because he does a little bit of everything. But I'm talking about leading scorers.
State McCray wrapped it around for a bad miss by Bethea. Flagg driving. Flagg fouled. Flagg finishes.
Little crazy. Listen, 2Ks for a reason. That's 2Ks, baby.
Oh. Flagg snatching down that rebound with one hand. Deflected. Loose. Squirts out. Flagg for the cup. Hands in the air. Takes it down. Isic. Humrickhouse. Ball stolen. Here's Flagg. Here comes Jake Tate. Wham! With the right. Here's Isic slipping. Jump hook inside. Over Malawach. Can't get it to go. Flagg with a rebound.
And that's, I think, where some conditioning with pieces and not having his leg.
Looking for some momentum. Boswell. And another rebound for the big man. His finish. Flagg off the bounce. Bump fade. Off the window softly and one. His mom and dad. Flagg. Pull up three.
This time, Blake Buchanan finishes it strong with the two-hand clutch.
Late in the shot clock, whittle that down, 5 or 6 seconds. Flagg on the drive, puts the shoulder down, banks it in. His first bucket gets denied. Cooper Flagg wants that lane. That won't roll in. Battling for his own miss and spins it up and in. Yeah, he said if I were 3 inches taller on a scout team, today I would have been Cooper Flagg.
And then we said, yeah, if you were 3 inches taller, you wouldn't be here right now because you would probably been an NBA All-Star weekend.
That's right. Flagg on the attack, lays it in, not to
draw with the basketball and deliver a strike to the corner for Brody to knock down the three.
Virginia has actually played at a very high level here in the first half, and yet they're down 37-25.
And the issue is trying to stop Duke on this end of the floor. That's the problem. And again, it's not as though really anyone's been able to do it as Cooper goes that left hand. Saunders doesn't get the finish. Those are 2 opportunities you've had to cut into the lead.
Flagg going to, after his own miss, will turn and fire and swishes it in.
In road games, true road games in ACC play, there are signs in the building talking about these guys and the way that they've shown up and been productive already. You mentioned Cooper with a double-double in the first half, and Kniffel now with 12 points.
Flagg with a touch, 10 points, 11 rebounds already. Looking for that window again for 2 more. Over the top, Saunders, that one interrupted. Duke got back really well defensively to break it up.
Yeah, how about the play by Knipple? Not allowing the lob to go through, continuing to pursue as Cooper Flagg just pulled equity and inclusion. And as a proud alum, I have to give a shout out to Carla Williams, recently signing a contract extension here for the great work that she's done at the University of Virginia.
What a great school it is. An absolutely gorgeous campus.
So, Obi, this is where I got to correct you on that one. All right.
Not a campus, right?
See? I think we have the most beautiful assists in this game, so they continue about what they're about. Sharing the basketball, giving up a good shot for a great shot.
I'll tell you one thing, when you share the ball like that, there goes Mr. Well, did he use that left hand?
And does a great job of using that wingspan and his big hands to avoid shot blockers, going to the left hand and finishing off the
He's
glass.
coming up 27 against Cal, and he's on his way to another big one.
Done assembling this team.
Oh, man, phenomenal job what he's done.
Did he get rolling? Nothing falling for him. And look at Flagg go up with a one-handed rebound.
Watch the pass. He's looking to make the pass.
He will back it out beyond the three-point line. Working on Reno, head-to-head, and up and in.
Played Wisconsin Lutheran High School in an undefeated season. Got younger boys. Give it back.
Flagg to Knipple, over the top. Flagg with a stop. The great Kevin Hart. He's like, Duke's really good, I'm out.
And he's seeing Cooper Flagg, and he will see Cooper Flagg even more, most likely in the coming years at NBA All-Star Weekend, where Kevin Hart, of course, normally is frequenting, but has a show here tonight, so not going to be part of it.
They've done all right from three-point territory. They made 7 of them. Here's Flagg to try one, but too strong. Knipple with the rebound. Proctor back for Flagg, open again, and give him 3. On the move, Sellers, too strong. And a big rebound by James. And of course, for the Cardinals, this is their 4th ACC road trip since January 1st, running up against Cooper Flagg.
Have a bounce back performance here tonight.
Blue Devils will have the ball after the rejection by Sissoko a moment ago. 10 to shoot, though. Very quickly as James handles the possession. Flagg, fall away, left of the lane is good. First points of the night.
Or anything or bias, but watch out for Syracuse.
You're already being biased. Oh, wait, you already laid the groundwork by saying you're not going to be.
And well, then you were. I'm making one exception.
Biased, by the way.
I'm allowed one exception.
Here's Flagg on the drive. He's got 6. Sissoko is 6'9", listed at 240. Grad transfer from Michigan State from the West African country of Mali.
Tyrese Proctor, who played against Michigan State early in his career, asked John Shire, is that the same Sissoko that we saw at Michigan State? Because he's playing completely different for Cal.
Yep. Long 3, good. That's Flagg.
He can make it because he can absolutely beat you off the bounce. He's shown that throughout this game.
Well, that was a big shot for him. He needs to make one of those.
Would you close out, Jim, or would you give him a look?
I'd probably close out. He's going to make an open one.
You're going based upon his last name.
Yes.
Here's Flagg. A dunk. Andre trying to find a crease. Fall away is short off the front rim, and here's Flagg.
They just don't give you anything easy.
Cooper through traffic and 1.
Yeah, they're going to end up about 1 and 9 on the trips. It's too hard. They're doing everything right. They're not making excuses, but it's just too hard in my mind to make kids travel that much 4 times across the country and playing games and being away from home. I think it's just too hard.
And I think the ACC can help by eliminating at least one of those trips as we see Cooper Flagg go to the. So you got to play somebody.
Yeah, they're trying to cut back on the ACC.
Here's steal by Flagg in the open floor.
Hey! Oh! With a knockdown to 3 ball. He's talking about best one and done freshman, but I believe you coached the best one in Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, he led us to the national championship. Had 34 points in the national championship game. Semifinals had 28. I mean, he was just a man back then.
If Cooper Flagg is able to lead this Duke team.
Dave, that's why you're one of my favorite baseball guys as well with the Red Sox.
Hunter with a miss. Chase Hunter averaging 18 a game, leading the way for the Tigers. It's Duke on top, 16-12. A packed house here. Not a seat to be had. Cooper Flagg spinning inside to his first basket. Under a minute here at Clemson. Stolen away by Cooper Flagg. And Flagg ahead of the field slams it with two hands.
You hello throughout this day as I left him this morning. Wanted to make sure he sends his best wishes to you on your return.
I appreciate that. Hey, you be Brown and have a farewell tomorrow. I can't tell you how much I've learned from UB. You're a Jersey guy, the Jersey boys. Forcello, Adabado, UB Brown, Marcelino. There it is. You knew it was coming. Square deluxe today.
Chase Hunter with just 8 points, Dick, but a big one here. And it puts the Tigers back in the lead. Flagg, a lot of contact, and hooks it in. How about
Tell
the Stars?
What, will be the difference.
Locking 21-13 in the second half. Manoa handing off. Proctor has been such a huge factor in this one.
Right now becomes Cooper Flagg time. Whether it's a pass or whether it's a jump shot.
Flagg gets it up there and hits it, a triple.
You know it only takes that one step.
It's very warm in this building too. Boy, he missed the pair.
Too big free throw. That could be a little fatigue right there. He's playing so hard.
James on the drive, back for Flagg. Clemson by 2. 1 minute to go as Flagg launches and drains it.
Are you serious?
Well, 6 for 18 shooting in the win over Cal last game. J.J. Starling has begun 3 for 5.
Cooper Flagg has not gotten a shot off in this game as of yet. First one.
And he rattles it home.
And those are the type of possessions that you have to get.
James back on the floor. Flagg.
That's where he's going to get a shot. He's going to get a shot.
Very stagnant possession here. Taylor hoists a 3. It's not close. Flagg will go to work on Davis. And the flip is good for Cooper.
Carlos is really good at getting low to the ground and pushing up into your pocket. You can't afford to be lazy with that ball and play with it in front of him.
All defensive team in the CAA and Hofstra a year ago. Actually played well against Duke for Hofstra last year. 10 and 9 assists.
That's going to be a shot.
Flagg inside the crowd.
They play on. Sion James will step back and miss the 3. Malawatch again. Flagg. Yes.
Then basically acting as the point guard in transition.
The Heels need a big night from Jackson. That 3 around and out, and Flagg down to the board.
A lot of tough shots for North Carolina.
Flagg will try a 3 and hit. Cooper during the lap that he was kind of being a little soft. He said, not kind of. I told him he was being soft. And he said the best thing, as Jess said, is Flagg responds to that, wants the criticism, and very talented rookie guard with the 76ers this year. He is in attendance here tonight.
Yeah, the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year when he was injured.
Final seconds of the first half.
He's going 5 out, really spreading the floor against North Carolina for this last possession.
Flagg defended by Davis. Got a big size advantage. Tough turnaround. Goes.
Left the lane. Tyrese Proctor stayed there because he read the drive, so he didn't have to come over from the weak side. He was already there.
Third on Ian Jackson. Turnaround for Flagg.
Blocked that shot on the defensive end. And after the miss, Carolina's going to be back to man-to-man.
Flagg wide open. Hits the 3.
20 points a game. Knippel getting 13. Proctor 11. Defense has certainly marked the success of Duke, though. They can take that everywhere. And an excellent passing team, too. That'll rattle home for Flagg as it drops in.
Novo Center. So this is the first time that most of these guys have played in this uniform against the Blue Devils on this floor. And they have taken it as such. And making sure they don't take for granted this opportunity.
They look like they've been invited. They're having a great time. Cooper Flagg leans in for 2.
They surrounded him, Cooper Flagg, and said, get yourself going, Cooper. Get yourself going. And said, this is what you want, this kind of adversity.
Just like that.
He played the game and did not score.
quadruple. The save goes back to Flagg. Flagg on the attack. Slams it down. And R.J. Davis in North Carolina. They're in Pittsburgh squaring off against the Panthers.
Huge game in Pittsburgh as Cooper Flagg gets to double figures. Now in double figures. No, only 9 for Parker. I thought he hit 2 threes.
No, he has 12.
Okay, my iPad hadn't updated yet.
A 1-point game, and he's been a non-factor offensively at times this year. Not tonight. Cooper Flagg looking to answer. Yes! And a foul as well.
Zone defensively.
Middlebrooks. And it forces a turnover. Flagg around the back. Cooper Flagg heating up. Commanding it out of the double. Finds an open man in James. Shot clock at 15. Plenty of time. Flagg again. On Hill. Pulls up and pops. And knocks it down. Flagg making a move to his left. Spins left. And it goes.
Yet. We're working on it. We're working on it. Great to have you here. Of course, the Hall of Famer Dick Vitale was going to be here for this game and had a mishap at home, but he's recovering very quickly. And the legend will be back courtside soon enough. Here comes Flagg on the drive with the left hand. He is 0 for 2 shooting it in the early going. James off to Flagg. Yes, that's 2. And so life here for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. They have pulled it within 4. James with a bounce for Flagg. Flagg sliding in, banks it in, and Hill's going bonkers.
We asked for it, partner. We got it.
Duke has lost to Wake the last 2 times they've played in this building. It's a 17-1 run. Flagg got it, and that'll quiet the.
Opposed to making a playmaking type of play. That makes sense to somebody out there.
Johnson's 3rd foul. Flagg will fire this one and knock it down. For the Blue Devils to retake the lead on this possession. Cooper Flagg spinning, going in strong off the window for. Blue Devils are 5-0 on the road in the ACC. Trying to keep that run alive too. So much on the line here today. Cooper Flagg penetrates and stuffs it with 2 hands.
They get a bucket, but more importantly, they don't allow Duke to get out in transition.
Proctor, Knipple, James, Flagg, and Malowacz, the starting lineup here for John Shire tonight. Flagg with his first touch off the window for 2. And
in this game, their 5 points off turnovers are really the difference to this point.
Flagg wants the ball, goes in strong for 2. No one was going. Deion Brown, the transfer from Maryland, Baltimore County.
And this is a young man that averaged over 20 points a game last year. So coming in, he hasn't really been able to get his scoring touch going. As Cooper Flagg has absolutely got.
Will kick it. Here's Evans with another look. And a second effort. Gunn, but keeping it alive. Flagg slicing in for the slam.
Back as Elijah Strong looks on, wishing he was on the floor to help his team. That's a big front line that you normally see for the Eagles.
Getting a transfer from St. Bonaventure. Cooper Flagg with a touch. Spins and gets 2.
That's too easy. Got to take Cooper Flagg away. Otherwise, he's going to destroy one of your teammates on the block.
Well, the Eagles have to be very wary of being in that danger zone that Duke can push you in so quickly in the opening seconds of the second half. Flagg again, not to be denied, off the window.
With a defensive stance on the sideline.
James with a rebound, so it remains 10.
Proctor thought about it. Zone defensively from BC.
Flagg slams it in. Evans again. Operating inside, and Benny with the block. Flagg from 3. Yes. Confident for Benning and a quick strike for BC. But it has been once again the Cooper Flagg show by and large here for the Duke Blue Devils. That man from Maine. This is as close as most New England fans who love college basketball are going to get to him here in Boston tonight in this ACC game. About a 3.5-hour drive from his home in Newport, Maine. For friends and family, they'll drive it in tight and bank in 2 more.
But they had a conversation with them pregame. Let them know, hey, look, these are the guys you played against your entire life. Nothing new for you, and I would love to see him be more aggressive on the offensive end.
Flagg right to Johnson in the basket.
That gets Cooper in the air. An easy bucket for Lynn Kidd, who's having himself quite the first half here.
21-point Blue Devil lead. Proctor is scoreless in this first half, Corey. Knipple is not. Flagg a 3. Rattles in. And the ACC, of course, is having an unbelievable year. Hannah Hidalgo playing for Neil Ivey at Notre Dame, Corey. Holy smokes.
But I tell you what, Olivia Miles back. But also Jim Larinaga, who should be, and Tony Bennett, who is absolutely on his way on that path. So it's a different game. It's a different league right now, especially without those 5 coaches.
To see all those wins and all those NCAA tournament appearances. Kick out, Flagg, a 3 from the front is good.
% from 3 on the season. Burton, a tough contested turnaround, won't go, and it's down to Duke.
A lot of white shirts going after those rebounds. All 5 guys stand to rebound before they leave.
And Burton listed at 6 foot, might be closer to 5'10", dealing with a lot.
Then attacking Duke. And you got to give all the credit to Duke's defense. Pressure on the ball. They're in gaps. They're showing bodies. So Notre Dame seeing bodies instead of open court.
A good look in the corner for Flagg. And the 4th
in the right play to make.
How good of a matchup is this? Davis and Flagg. And Flagg got some help from Knipple. Another Notre Dame turnover. Boy, patient and unselfish.
What a pass.
Yes, this is terrific offense on his face at times. This day has not gone the way he has wanted it to go thus far. Flagg over Davis for the bucket.
Really didn't need to, because Cooper Flagg was trying to split defenders, and he was headed toward the baseline, toward the corner more than toward the basket. He can't foul there.
Flagg driving on Davis and scores over him.
When they play Illinois. Illinois loves that bully ball back down.
Davis rejected by Malawach. Flagg for 3. His 4th. And lost by 1 in Raleigh on Wednesday night. Micah Shrewsbury telling us yesterday at a practice, as painful as those losses have been, he hopes they spur his team on, that they show them, hey, you're in these games. They just got to do little things better here and there to turn the L's into W's. Right down the lane for the slam.
That's really the only open shot, is off that broken play action.
Burton switches on to Flagg. Flagg gets into the paint and makes it look easy. He has help by James. Shrewsbury with a runner won't go, and down with the rebound is Flagg. Crossover. Up over Jai to lay it in, and he's got...
Just a great coach, Dawn Staley. She was a great player at Virginia, and obviously in the WNBA for years, and with USA Basketball.
Yep. Flagg off the glass and good. Anything.
Dame in a little 2-3 zone now, giving it a little switch, but you know, 61-year-old man walking up to an 18-year-old kid saying, "Hello, sir." That's fantastic. Call me sir.
Flagg knocks down the 12-footer.
This evening to make sure he gets a chance to see Jeff Capel, who spent 7 years not only
playing the 4 years for him, but spent 7 years beside him as an assistant coach.
Ball flip to Duke. Here's Flagg. Good look and switches in a triple.
He's been shooting the bit that have cost them. However, they still hold on to a 7-point lead.
Approaching 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Bounce speed Flagg with a left hand. Yes.
You often hear this and staying within striking distance of the Blue Devils.
So Duke opens up with a basketball in the second 20 on their home floor. 12 baskets on 10 assists for Duke. Flagg gets a touch and knocks it down, and a quick start for him. And quite a turnaround there. They got it right the first time. And picked off. Flagg on the attack. Look at the slam! And a foul! Oh, my!
Downhill, get into the painted area. Ishmael Leggett, Jalen Lowe, they live in the paint. Haven't had a lot of success getting to the rim, but Leggett able to get one to go on the last possession.
Flagg, can he top what he just did a moment ago? Into the line, slam! This time a two-hander!
Especially on the offensive end for them.
Flagg leaning in. Follows his own miss, and down it goes. So Duke up 64-47. Sion James, who's had a really solid game. Got 8 assists in their victory over SMU. In dish it too. Flagg looking to work. Yes. Tough to stop that.
You cannot allow Duke to be able to get whatever. First half so far, Duke has been able to get whatever they want, touching the paint. You see right now, SMU extending their defense, trying to slow them down a little bit.
Carroll looks like a guy who can put on a single pound since he walked out of Duke.
He looks like he can give you about 15 minutes to probably get you 10 to 12 points.
Here's Flagg, little fadeaway, nothing but
in over 4 minutes. And started out red hot.
And Tom, what you've seen is that SMU has mixed up their coverages from man to zone. They're flaring out, being a little bit more physical, a little bit more help. That last time you see Cooper Flagg, that's one of the things that come to him. Rare are you going to see him force the issue and get out of the team concept.
off the screen. Flagg may have been bumped, no call, and Proctor with the rebound. Here's James. And there's Flagg wide open. Man, is that a stroke. And Duke with the basketball, closing in on 9 minutes to go. Beautiful cut to the basket. And Flagg follows slamming. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Over it again, working on middle of the lane with the right hand, too strong, and then Flagg the other way, hounded by Edwards, spins out of trouble. And he's going to go to the rack, dribbled it off his foot. And here's Flagg for three. Wow, what a game.
And Eric Lewis on the whistle here at Cameron, and away we go. And Sion James, a transfer from Tulane, who's from Sugar Hill, Georgia, gets us started. Here is the freshman Flagg. The up and under on shoot, and it's 2-0 Duke. They're averaging almost 11 a game to lead the Hokies. Pushes Virginia Tech in front.
He's really good around the goal, but that was a great job by Hammond to drop two defenders and leave Lawal alone.
Quick pass, Flagg, the catch, dunk, and foul on Lawal. Who can flat shoot it.
Well, I swear I saw him up in the hallway before the game, and he was getting ready to shoot. So that's what he does. He comes in the game, and he's ready to let it go.
Yep. Here's Flagg alone. Drops it in. And Virginia Tech at 40%. They've hit one more field goal. There's a long miss by the Blue Devils. Proctor now off the reset. Flagg with the two fouls for free, and one.
I think. Wow, this year in particular, I mean, his team does a great job hanging onto the basketball. They do a great job passing the basketball, and those two areas have been points of weakness at times for his team this year, so they're still trying to work on that.
And Duke is one of the best defensive teams in the country. Flagg a fall away. This morning might be the best I've heard so far when Mike Young goes, he's a tank. And Foster, or rather Proctor off the miss. Here's Flagg now. Oh my, catch. Nice dribble, back in, layup, good.
On the screen and roll that time, but Malik Brown so covered up Rex Steiner that he never saw him, and so it took a tremendous effort by Burnham to get the 2 points.
Flagg working against Burnham. Takes him on the dribble with the left hand and scores. Field goal of the game with 10:37 to play.
And that's the Hokies' second leading scorer. He's just been taken out of the game by foul trouble and malwatch.
Yep.
And the pressure Duke has been able to put on the ball. If the guards can't see to throw it inside, it's hard for Poteet.
The other night beat Longwood in Dallas to kind of set the table. They've now won 7 straight games. Flagg on the lob.
JV and McCollum, 2 on the floor for Georgia Tech right now. Terry loses control to Proctor. Here is Flagg on the run. And the stop. Dongo again.
Oh, good take.
You like him being a little more aggressive.
Yeah, this is much better. He hit that shot and kind of got him going a little bit, and that was a good move.
Brown for Flagg. Got a screen from Isaiah Evans and hit a 3.
That's what.
And off of John Shire's timeout. Duke ball with a minute to go. Brown, Dongo tried to intercept that pass. A cutting Flagg will flip it home.
Little Alonzo morning, they just blocked everything. We said for one time, we said, okay, let's shoot some jump shots. Let's not be going in there right away. But I had a couple guys that could go in there. Derek Coleman dunked on him a couple times.
Pull up for Flagg is good.
I think that'll be hard.
Evans is in the game. Flagg for 3.
But
Malawaj just right over the top of Mutombo. And then nobody guards Cooper Flagg.
Mid-major team. The A-10 this year has been really good. We have to be sharp from the jump tonight. How about a 3 from Flagg to start? Maddox off the bounce. Tough floater left it short. Numbers for Duke.
The pull-up jumper, yes. Floater, not so much.
Flagg for 3. Maddox, 3 ball. And the woes from deep continue for George Mason, now 1 for 10.
I mean, Cup is 6'9". You're trying to shoot a 3 over him. Good luck.
And now a mismatch in the post on Newton. And Flagg takes advantage.
And again, unless you're going to come to double team him, he's really good with that turnaround jump shot.
Back to Flagg, and he is taking over. Picked off by O'Connor. Tippy towing the sideline.
Percentage of them. That's a really good play by K.D. Johnson, but you just don't want to have to make shots that tough all the time. Here's the zone again. They match up very quickly, though.
Flagg.
Neville didn't think they were as effective on offense as they need to be, as he hopes they will be, and I think that's a tremendous assessment that you can see that tonight. I mean, Flagg comes in on the season shooting only 22% from beyond the arc. He makes that one.
The slow starts have been a bit of an issue at times this year for a variety of different reasons. Proctor, no. Flagg, fresh 20, goes to work inside and too easy. You didn't like it? I don't know that that ball was going in or down, but it was close. Flagg, silky smooth.
For the year with injury.
It's hard. Like, you know, Matt Painter always said, get old, stay old. That's hard to do. Nearly impossible these days. You want to have an experienced group, but you also need to get time on the floor together. I mean, understanding how to play is key, but understanding how to play together and learning the dynamics, it's important.
Flagg, first touch in the paint. Player of the year is having himself a first half in Louisville. Flagg up and under. And shoot. Evans off the mark. Tapped away by Cooper Flagg. That's just a heady play by the 17-year-old. Counted in the foul. This is his shot down.
telling you, unorthodox in a way, tough shots, and somehow he gets them to go.
Flagg on the ground after contact. Knipple trapped, finds Flagg for three. Bang! Without making one single chewing noise. Here's Hepburn. Off the mark. Crowd really wanted to see that go down, and now Cooper Flagg off to the races. Flagg takes it coast to coast. Sunday, including number 16 North Carolina.
Yeah, I was going to say, tremendous for everybody except for the team that has to play North Carolina. They give up 49 points a game. That's unreal.
Flagg, really tough take.
But this one's fair enough. I think Cooper Flagg's harder to despise than Christian Laettner was back in the day.
That's a fair point.
I don't really want to have to like validate that point, but I think people get what I'm saying. Like
I do.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Here's Flagg.
There he is.
First time on the floor. Flagg. No, and the putback jam.
15 points here at Cameron.
Auburn with the ball reversal and an open side, taking advantage of the overplay with a quick back door.
Cooper Flagg on the drive. Up and in, and a chance for three. To Kentucky and Kansas, one by 5, one by 3. They had a big win down in Tucson at Arizona, so they've been tested as well. Flagg on the drive, the turnaround, tough shot, and Proctor may have gotten a piece of it, but it bounces to Broom, who lays it in.
Every time there's an air ball, it's advantage to the offensive end. The defense is expecting it. They're trying to block out, expecting it to hit the rim.
Flagg gets a piece of the paint and numbers, don't you think?
I do, yeah.
So that will probably stand, but by making the call, then they have the opportunity to go look at it at the next media timeout. By the way, that last foul was on Proctor. It is his third. He's still in the game. Flagg, a size advantage, and he just bullied. Broom now with 11. Pettiford, some really good minutes for Auburn tonight.
Now here's the switch. Pettiford on Flagg.
Flagg gives it up. Now relocates, and it's out to Brown. Foster with Broom on him. Tries to drive him, picks up his dribble. 3 to shoot. Flagg hits it. Well, speaking of positive things, Tahad Pettiford with another 3, his 4th of the game, and it's a 4-point game. Duke on top.
He is a walking bucket.
Isaiah Evans led the way in the first half for Duke, made 6 threes, scored 18 points, has not scored, has not played a whole lot in the second half. Boy, Flagg, but knocks down a 3 to make it a 2-point game. That's his 4th made 3 of the night. Flagg slips, got back to his feet, leans in and hits.
But both teams a little bit sluggish here to start this game. Well, in this first half.
I thought it was the turkey, but I think your reality may be more accurate. There's Cooper Flagg.
Aggressive, and you love that he hasn't played, but he comes in to make an impact.
James rips it away. Down the court for Flagg. They set it up for Cooper. He had a 3, hesitates now. Mid-range game, and that is really his curve.
Back down from the challenge tonight? Absolutely not. I think you got to get Cooper. I love that 2-man game with Knipple because Knipple's a threat.
He's open. And he knocked it down. It's not the assist. A.J. Adams.
Yep. Same play now. Here comes Flagg. 2-man pick and roll. The roll. Oh! Right over Madunga.
A little too strong. Flagg picks up another rebound. He's got 4. Duke looking to grab a lead. Kansas playing without Hunter Dickinson, thrown out of the game. Flagrant 2. Kicking the head of Malik Brown while both were on the ground.
5 seconds on the shot clock. They're way out top. Here's Flagg. There's a flush. Nice job by Knipple, who picks up. This has got to be quick. They better go quick. Shire said that to him. Go. Flagg. Left hand. What a shot. Oh, man.
The transfer from Oakland. And Townsend can post, so he can take a smaller guy down into the post and work him.
He's a fifth-year senior, can score inside and out, and a baseline little
good recovery by Cooper Flagg.
KJ Lewis gets inside, can't finish it, and Knipple down with it for Duke.
And that's what it's going to take for Duke is 5 guys on the defensive glass every possession.
Nice kick from Proctor to Flagg, and he'll knock down the projected to be a first-round pick. 6'9", super athletic, can score inside and out. And he's bodying up on Flagg, and Flagg will win the battle.
Just decided
replay, and from the reaction that we heard, obviously they think it should be Arizona ball. Flagg now with Jaden Bradley on him. Slipped a little on the drive, still finished.
Well, that's where the side before. It's just they've only put 33 on the board.
Vasar hasn't knocked away. And another Arizona turnover.
Duke's defense has been everywhere.
Flagg into the paint, slams it. And it's now a foul. Malik Brown in for Malawach. Knipple misses the corner three. Brown the rebound. Getting louder by the moment. Flagg up and in. What a play by Ryan with a big three. And it's a 7-point game. With a ton of time still to go. And everybody on their feet here in Tucson. Flagg, soft touch, and it drops in. And I think they got Bryant for reaching in. Knipple driving on a walk. A nice kick to Flagg. A three for Flagg. Through a double team. Shovel pass. Extra pass. Proctor misses the three, but around the offensive rebound.
Arizona does all that work, and they just can't corral the defensive board. Great rebound by Malik Brown.
13th offensive rebound for Duke tonight. Flagg knocks down the turnaround. More pressure. Foster ahead to Flagg as they get it over. Picked up his dribble, needs some help, and finds Proctor. Good look by Knipple to Flagg, up and in. Another bucket for Cooper.
But yes, is it going to be a great learning experience? Absolutely. But the fact that he wanted the ball in that situation is one of the most important things.
Flagg patiently steps in to score his first point. Great, the towel guys.
I was going to say,
get on the floor
the dedication and the attention to detail of the floor moppers. And they're doing it by hand. This isn't a Libman, stick towel. These guys get out there, hands and knees, wiping it up with determination. I'm sure they should live stream that too. That's a market for it.
The Brotherhood of Towel Wipers. Flagg, 3 points and a half. Long two is good.
And out defensively, you take one or two options away, and they have counters beyond that. And the other thing is they actually have shown the willingness and ability to get to those counters. And that's why I say that's what separates teams. The teams that are able to expose your defense by getting through all your options and having a counter for whatever you take away.
There's the first three.
Now Carr defended by Flagg. The turnaround is short. And down with the rebound is Kaman Malawach.
Malawach played on the South Sudan Olympic team, and he is long, a shot blocker, and everything around the basket. He dunks.
And it'll go for Flagg.
Telling me that Andrew Carr is going to do really well in this system. He was so efficient in his time at Wake Forest under Steve Forbes.
Cooper Flagg is one of the great shooters in the country.
Yeah, he's still shooting over 70% from three with that miss.
Flagg driving on Brea, and that's going to go. The Cats. Tipped away by Proctor.
for the NCAA tournament, reaching the Final Four for the first time since 1983 when Jim Valvano took the cardiac pack all the way.
Yeah, the ACC continues to not put up the regular season results that they would like, but in the NCAA tournament, they have been as good as any conference. It'll be an interesting year in the league as Flagg lays it in.
Presence there.
Flagg for three. Yes.
That rebound. Duke with a bit of a smaller lineup with Brown at the 5.
Flagg with the ball, the high scorer in the game with 17. He's also got 8 rebounds and a couple of assists. Up and good. Give the
right now. Kentucky's defense has been at a different level in the second half as opposed to the first. There's the switch.
Count the basket. Caleb Foster. Offensive rebound, Brown. And now Flagg driving on Carr. It goes.
Getting a running start to that offensive glass.
Off the bounce. Scovins missed. Ball pinballs to Tyrese Proctor, the junior from Sydney, Australia. Gives it to the star freshman, and with the lane open.
He is a deflection master.
In practice, more than twice as many deflections as any of his teammates. Cooper Flagg on the
down, but what a defensive play by Rucker.
Foul came on Lachkowski. Number 32 came in after the strip away. Flagg. Yes! Into the game for Army. Knipple dumps it off. Flagg misses the layup. Keeps it alive to himself and puts it in, plus the foul. Jason Holloway has come in. Isaiah Caldwell as well for Kevin Kuick.
Army's had their looks from 3. It's just not what they do well.
Hangs in the air, pitch to the corner, the triple. Around and out. On the stick back, the first player world, both from the Knipple family. Now you know.
Oh, there you go. Breaking out your best stuff in game 1.
How do you know it's my best? Kellen Tynes now with 5. The season is young.
I've done enough games to know what your best stuff is. Doug.
Here comes Flagg and throwing it down.
2 foot surgeries the last 2 years for Steele. He's had the red shirt both years, so he hasn't played a lot of basketball. But he's done a nice job on the interior for them in this first half.
Flagg, he goes to the reverse. Killian Gribben off the mark. Here comes Cooper Flagg with a full head of steam. Likes the matchup, backing down.
Big time.
Well, when you've got Kellen. Gribben's pass knocked away. Here comes Cooper Flagg. Flying high.
He's in every play. He's trying to make the right play. And it's what separates him.
To the left hand now for